you ever found yourself in a situation where you were wondering, am I making the right choice right now? Well, there's some cases where that's not such a big deal, but when it comes to your retirement savings, this is a massive deal. So, my name is Dennis Cummins, and I am with the Workshops for Retirement team. And today I want to go over the 7 signs that it may be time for you to get rid of your current financial advisor and find somebody a little bit better for what you want. So, let's jump right into that today, all right? The first sign that you've got the wrong financial advisor for you is they don't get back to you. They are unresponsive. When you have a question, or I know when I have a question, when I want to find out what's going on with my account, with my portfolio, with my investments, I'd like somebody to get back to me via phone or email, whatever that is. Now, I don't expect them to be on my beck and call and answer my texts as soon as I send it, but I do expect them to get back to me within a day or so. And if they're not doing that, well, it might be time for you to get a new financial advisor. Second sign that it might be time to find somebody new is if they've got a lot of fees on your investments and on your accounts going on there. Remember, there's a few things to keep in mind when developing your retirement funds. Number one, you want growth. You want your money to grow. Number two, you want to decrease the taxes that you're paying on your money, so that depends on where you're going to put it as well. But finally, you need to limit the fees on your retirement accounts. If your account is chock full of fees, or if they're trading so often that they call it in the industry churning, and we're not talking about making butter here, what they're talking about is making more money for themselves because of the fees that they gain by overturning your money again and again and again. If you're paying a lot of those fees, it may be time for you to find another financial advisor. The third reason that you might want to find a new financial advisor is just they're not checking in on you. They're not actually caring about what's going on for you. I want my financial advisor to periodically check in with me, not just the day that I signed a contract with them or deposited my funds with them so that we can invest it. I want them to say, hey, listen, what's going on? Have there been changes in your life, Dennis? Is there something that I should be aware of so that we can make the appropriate changes? If they're not doing that, that might be another sign that it's time for you to find another financial advisor. Number four, this is a big one too. They're not paying attention to changes in your portfolio. They're not notifying you of those changes either. You know, every year things change with taxes, things change with the market, things will change with your portfolio. And if they're not letting you know about those changes, well, then how are you going to make informed decisions about what to do next? If they're not letting you know about those changes, if they're not notifying you about those changes, well, it may be time for you to find a new financial advisor. And by the way, that's one of the reasons that Workshops for Retirement exists. We want to give you the opportunity to meet amazing financial advisors who are accredited, who act as fiduciaries, who are vested in your financial success. That's what you need to find when looking for a financial advisor. If you don't have one yet, check the link below. We've got workshops all over the country. Maybe we could hook you up with one. Let's get back to what we were talking about, though. And here is the fifth notice or the fifth reason that it might be time for you to find a new financial advisor. If they're pushing certain investments, if they're always pushing you towards a specific type of investment, especially if they haven't asked you about what your goals are, especially if it's when you first meet them and they keep pushing this, and just this, and just this, and just this, without knowing what your goals are, what your needs are, what your expectations are, what your target is for financial wealth and security in your retirement. If that's the case, well, then it may be time for you to find a new financial advisor. Now, number 6 on there is, this one should be pretty simple. You're getting crappy returns on your money. If your portfolio is underperforming over and over and over again, and your financial advisor doesn't have a reason for that, well, it's time to ditch them. All right, it's time for you to find somebody who can at least explain what's going on. Now, I get it. There's going to be fluctuations in the market. Sometimes it goes up, and then sometimes it goes down. Totally understandable. But if your portfolio only goes down and down and down and down and down with no end in sight, it's really time for you to get a new financial advisor. And the sooner the better. And finally, I think this is equally, if not more important than anything else. If you don't have a good relationship with your financial advisor, it's time for you to find somebody that you do. If you feel undervalued, if you feel disrespected, if you feel talked down to, what that does is it causes you to communicate less with them. Listen, if somebody always talked down to me, it made me feel bad about any of the decisions or advice or suggestions that I had. I'd kind of feel like I didn't want to make those suggestions anymore. Well, it's your money. It's your retirement. You should never feel that way. And if your financial advisor makes you feel that way, well, then it's definitely time for you to find a new financial advisor. Now, the bottom line is this. There are warning signs that you're not in the right place, and you probably knew it anyway. I'm probably not sharing anything new with you, but we want to help you find that great person. We've done a lot of the legwork for you. Finding the right financial advisor for you, sometimes it's a game of hit or miss. Sometimes you have to try another one. Sometimes you need a second opinion to find out who's exactly right for you. At the end of the day, though, it is critical that you find somebody that's attentive to your needs, that doesn't overburden you with fees, that provides you with a high-performing portfolio, and that cares about you, that has a relationship with you. That's what Workshops for Retirement is all about. Listen, until I see you next time, this is Dennis, hoping that you stay well, and in retirement, stay very, very wealthy.